We are live. Good people.
You know what it is.
That's my line.
No, it's not.
You know what time it is out here in these streets.
You know what it is.
It's another podcast.
Because you know what it is.
This time it is featuring the great Enrique.
Oh, my God.
Morning Signal Check. Hey, everybody.
Stop, bro. We're not doing this today. This is the podcast, bro. Chill out. Please.
So it's not
For me.
Enrique Morning Signal Check?
It's not New Year's.
It's New Year's.
It's not New Year's.
It's New
bro.
Year's on
this
the...
is
You gotta tell them everything is New Year's, baby. Turn up. It's New Year's on Jupiter, baby. Turn up. You know what it is.
Every day is
There are
New
planets
Year's,
being created
Every
right
day.
now that you can't see.
Wow.
It is a new year
See, y'all don't
on
even pay
another
attention.
galaxy.
You know why he ain't like
What a bummer.
that? He ain't no real drummer. That's why.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. When you're a real drummer, every day.
Every day is New Year's.
Every day is New
Okay.
Year's.
Well,
Because you get to play drums every single day. We got the big homie.
apparently
The
I've
big
been
boy's
outnumbered
here.
today, guys.
That's right.
I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. The only thing I don't have is the drops.
Thank God.
they're
bro.
coming back.
Hey, real
No.
talk. You gotta have the drop.
They're
Like
fuck-
right
see,
now,
somebody
you
tell
coulda-
this man
You should have had
we're
somebody
having
to
a
play
drop.
like the
Listen,
clap.
listen.
Like give it up for Eric Moore. Clap, 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 clap,
Yeah,
clap.
I'm gonna have the drops next time.
You have to stop.
I have to stop the drops, but you get to
the
act
drum-
up.
the drops-
Talk- his name is
So,
Eric Moore. You call him
we're here.
Enrique, and you
We're
roll your
here.
tongue and everything.
We're here.
You roll your tongue
with
and everything.
Enrique Morel Signal Chan.
This podcast is never gonna get
Hey,
anywhere.
what's crazy is
the
because you
shirt.
do that.
No, it's Enrique Morel Signal Chan. That's what it is.
Hey, because you do that, people
me
literally see me on the street and be like, Enrique.
Let's go. Hey,
like, wow.
for everybody out here watching this video, listening
wild.
to it on SoundCloud, iTunes, wherever you're hearing this podcast,
For sure.
when you see Enrique,
More.
you make sure you say it loudly
Signal
and then
check.
tell him turn up because it's New Year's, baby. You know what it is.
I'm wondering if there's gonna be anyone who actually speaks Spanish that's extremely offended that you say signo chair. Like, like, is that a real word though? Signo chair.
Actually, no. The word is it's actually signature, but I say it the way that I want to say it.
So you're speaking English still?
Yes, it's, one of the homies.
No, it's all good. I got
one
you.
of the homies from back in the day used to make fun of my drum kit, and
You sure he wasn't making fun of you as a
Like
drummer?
you got that sorrow signal chair.
no, he was saying I was like no, I was saying it was a terrible drum kit, and he was like, oh no, it's the Tony Royster signature, and then he would go, it's the Thomas Pritchard signature. Then he was like, it's the Eric Moore signature series. You know what I mean? And that was one of the jokes that he kept saying. I was like, nah, this kit's not that good. Nah, it's Eric Moore sign. You know what I mean? Signature series.
Oh yeah.
Tony Royster,
Remember when
Eric
he had
Moore.
that snare that had the spawn with the drum head on it that had
yeah,
everybody's
that's
signo
his favorite.
signo chair?
You ain't got that no more?
I still have this. I still have the spawn.
He should keep the drum head because it's a nice little replica, but that snare is garbage.
No, it's not.
It's trash,
It
bro.
actually smacks.
The last time you tried to record with it, I sent it and I
Because
put
I
it
had
in the
a- I
garbage
had a-
can.
I
You
had
went
a-
and picked it back out,
I had
and that's why you still have it.
First of all, you
Hey, that's
okay? Put a thin head on there, smacks. I still have the head that all you guys signed.
Next time,
actually
just
hang
take
it
it
up.
to Guitar Center and get some.
Yeah, get some bread on.
Nah, bro. No, what snare is
even if it
trash
sucks.
is your Yamaha. Throw that trash out.
You know how many compliments I get on the sound of that snare on Instagram?
Thanks to me.
Oh, okay.
Because
I
of
think
how
that-
No, even the compliments you get on your drum kit on Instagram is thanks
I
to
think
me.
your snare just sounds good because you're an amazing person that can mix the drums.
Listen,
Shout out to
Mix is on
PDP.
fire.
We're going to throw this
I
Yamaha
appreciate
out
it.
and get this PDP cracking. You know what it
Yama,
is.
oh, the snare?
Yeah.
Oh, that snare stays for sure.
Nah, it stays in the trash,
I've had that snare since I was like,
which is why it needs to go.
no, literally, I've had that snare since I was like 14.
When you was a child, you should think as a child, or you thought as a child, but now that you're older, you must put away childish things.
Well, when you get grown, you still shouldn't look like a child. But nobody's saying nothing to you.
I'll kick you in your chin.
Oh, you could try.
I'll kick you in your chin.
No, you could try.
That's what will happen.
Oh, okay.
And I'll put your chin in his lap.
Whoa, pause. Okay, pause. This is going a whole other direction real quick.
That means I kick your chin so hard. It'll
First of
fall
all,
off.
we have a guest and you're being rude. So,
Oh, now you're being rude.
so
You see how cool it is when you hanging out with your brothers. It's
After
always
3
fun.
minutes of catting off.
first of all, we got to get to the
podcast.
sponsors, okay?
Shout out to the DrumTrax app.
For sure.
That's what it is.
Because you know what it is.
we are moving everything from the Drum Coach's website over
It's already in its
app.
way. We put everything in the moving truck and we sent it on its way. It's on its way to the app right now.
And depending on when you watch this video, it's probably already over there.
Listen.
Everything's on the app. Download the
Over
app
250
now.
drum lessons,
You feel me?
camps, workouts.
Almost 275. If you
Listen.
give it $1.
And there is a subscription coming where you will be able to subscribe to the app to get all of the features that are coming that are new. However, every single track will still be free to stream. That's not going away. Period.
All right.
And that should have a clap behind it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. All right.
I might put one in there. Who knows?
So we got the big Brody back from tour right now. I actually have a question. I mean, of course, I'm pretty sure you get, I don't know, 6,000 questions a day on Instagram because you have so many followers. But I have a question if you could answer from being a touring musician. What are the unwritten rules of being a professional touring musician? Basically, the rules that the average drummer wouldn't know to follow, because there's really no person that teaches that or tell you like, hey, when you're on tour, you make sure you have to do this, or to get a tour gig or to, that type of situation.
To answer your question, I would say if you get on a big tour, you should already know to be professional.
He was like, bro, that's a prerequisite. That's just to give it.
I don't think you're going to get a call if you haven't learned the music. Mm-hmm. And I heard of a drummer that went out to a big gig and that didn't take it seriously. Luckily, they're really amazing at what they do. But, yeah, you should learn the music, know the music before you get to rehearsals, so then rehearsals are easy. It flies by. They know. Stay professional. Always be professional. Carry yourself professional. Take showers. How about that?
It's like regular people skills, right?
No,
I mean,
listen,
but a lot of people don't have that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So have you ever been on tour with somebody that was musty?
Oh, yeah.
Like just smelling like balls and butt?
And I mean, that's really. But to be honest with you, that's
Pause. Time out. We need to take a moment.
Hey, some people don't take showers.
Brody.
all right. So look, yeah, but that's depending on the gig.
Got you.
Like when you're on a rock gig, when I was playing for Suicidal Tendencies, and we're playing Knotfest, Hellfest, whatever. It could be Vans Warped Tour, anything. You going multiple days in a van where you're not going to go take a shower. You haven't even got a hotel.
Wow.
Yeah, so when you're on a gig
Done
like
something
that,
like that, done a tour like that before.
I'm just saying,
a road trip like that.
when you're taking when you're on a tour with like my band Lilac, like we didn't get hotels every day,
Right.
So it ain't you shower if you pull into the truck stop and you want to go take a shower at a truck stop at 6 a.m. in the morning. If it's freezing cold outside, that's really not what you want to do.
You been there?
Brody.
Been there.
Listen, I'm not even going to.
I'm gonna tell you one. I'm gonna give you a dope secret though. If you're that type of musician, and yeah, it's that bad. There's 48-hour degree, swab, all kind of really, really amazing spray deodorants. Use that to the best of your ability. Like he said, spray all of that, bro. Take baby wipes. You use
Hey,
bro,
you
now,
gotta
baby
learn.
wipes.
You gotta
gotta
do
learn the
something.
road. You gotta
Unscented.
learn the road ethics because it's a lot. It's really difficult. It's really difficult living on the road, knowing what to pack in a suitcase. Mm-hmm. It's difficult. I read a thread yesterday where a famous drummer that plays for a lot of heavy cats. He plays for Justin Timberlake, so you know exactly who I'm talking about. And this drummer asked a question about what is the right amount that you should be getting paid playing for an artist bi-weekly or per salary. And I'm watching all of these cats, saying, making between $1,000 to $3,000 a week is fantastic. And that is cool.
Tell it like it is.
Come on.
Tell it like it is.
That is cool, depending on the artist.
Right.
But we're asking. There's different
Levels.
There's different levels to this. Just like in school, you learn about getting an A. You learn about a 4.0. You learn about a 3.0.
Right.
Like
The
a
average.
2.0.
Average.
All these averages.
Yeah.
And these different gigs are different levels of accomplishments in your career and who you play for. And it's all different from if you're in a van and you're touring, going to these gigs. Like these rock artists that you're going to go see, they may be making $500 as a band a night, and they got to sell merch.
That's true.
So 5 people making $500 a night.
Nobody's really making any money.
Nobody's making any money, and they're in a
That's
van.
I guess that's where the love of it comes in when you're on that level.
It's the total love of it, bro. Just think about it. You got to pay that van rental. If they don't own their van, they got to pay
Right.
for that trailer hitch in the back.
Yep.
Then they got all that gear or whatever. If you only make
Gas.
$500 a night, the gas to get to the next city, gas is $4 a gallon in California.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's at wherever else you're going, but that's a lot when you got to fill up a 20-gallon tank.
Oh, you've done touring on that level. You've done touring on the next level, where some people may call it the B-level artist or whatever. You've done touring now, like you're on the A level doing these tours, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't like when you were touring with Suicidal Tendencies. What level would you consider that? Because you guys were doing some pretty big gigs, and you were getting flown around everywhere during that time too.
Yeah, the gig is awesome because you're in a gig where you're an artist.
Yeah, okay.
So
that's a different thing than being a backup band.
Yeah, when you're an artist, it's really cool because you get to see your face,
Yes.
your name in lights everywhere you go. Like I went to Vegas,
Yeah.
and we played Hard Rock,
Okay.
and they had I'm on the strip, and I see a picture of me
Right.
on the strip. Like
Yeah, it's fire.
with Suicidal Tendencies, we go to New York, Best Buy Center, Times Square. That's a picture of me on that thing. That's awesome. The gig was not an A-list rock gig, which it still isn't, but it's an amazing opportunity to be playing with legendary cats.
Yeah.
So no credit, no knocking nobody in that band or whatever.
Right.
But it's
But the gig you on right now is
that's definitely not Slipknot.
right. No, I get it.
Okay, that's not Lamb of God. Their
Okay.
Suicidal Tendencies is amazing. I don't have anything bad to say about anybody, and I don't want to
No, for
knock
sure.
anybody there. It's
For
just
sure.
that as the gig itself, it's not an A-list gig.
And to me, that's crazy. That if it's not an A-list gig, and I saw the videos and the pictures, even some of your GoPro film and all of that, the audiences were still huge.
Oh, yeah.
Like thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people at these festivals you guys are playing.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, like what you just said, just to comment on it, like you just said, festivals. When you go to a festival, all of these people are there to see all of these long lists of artists.
Got you.
It's a big difference. It's just like if your band is playing a festival and you play at 3:00 in the afternoon, is everybody there?
Probably not.
No. But these people are there to see the headliner, and
Right.
they're trickling in as the day goes on. So
Correct.
at 9:00 when Marilyn Manson is going on stage, you feel me? You open for Marilyn Manson, you open for Slipknot, then that's
not a
what
bad
it
gig,
is.
though.
Like my band Lilac, we only had one album out, and we toured with Megadeth, and we opened up for Megadeth. We're playing arenas, which is amazing, but not all of those people were there to see us.
Right.
So yeah, being with Suicidal Tendencies, we did have our own crowd. But if you notice, Suicidal Tendencies, if they're playing their own show, they're only playing a club. They're playing a club
Okay.
show, which is 1,500 people. If they're lucky, it's 3,000 people, which is not bad.
Yeah, it's really
That's
not.
awesome.
It's really not bad.
That's awesome. Okay, they have their buy-in, their buyout. But when I go play with the A-list artist that I'll play for, he's selling out 25,000 4 nights in a row.
That's insane. Can you just the energy that because I mean people carry energy,
Yes, they do.
and then the more people that are in a room, the more energy is being created, right, or combined, or however you want to see it.
Definitely.
What is the feeling of playing in front of 25,000 people and getting that much energy coming towards you
Versus the 1,500.
versus the 1,500 or the 3,000 or whichever, or even the 10,000 festival?
Okay, it's a big difference because the stage is already so big that if you don't want to look that far, you don't have to. The audience is dark. So even looking out, like you can see phones, you can see camera phones or whatever, but the audience is so dark that you really don't pay attention.
Got
You've
it.
been playing on this stage, practicing on this stage for weeks. So
So
just
wait,
feels
you guys
like-
actually rehearse on the stage or performing?
Yeah, definitely. So we can
Okay.
get a feel of everything that's going on. Unless you're
At the
doing
venue.
festivals. But even at festivals, they build our stage because it's an A-list artist.
Right.
The stage is built exactly how we
Want
play
it.
it on tour.
Yeah.
So there's no
And
difference.
so everybody else is kind of like has to get around what you guys have set up.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So
Would
it's
you-
really big.
Would you consider the playing in front of 1,500 people like at a club? Would you consider that more intimate because of that?
Of course, that's an intimate setting. And the way it is, the stage is smaller, just like if we play Yoshi's compared to playing a festival. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yoshi's,
totally-
by the way, is a known club restaurant in Oakland, California, where there's a lot of artists. It has a lot of historical clout in the Bay Area.
Yeah,
so.
it's a really great venue.
Yeah.
It's a cool, smaller venue.
Food is good too.
Yeah, but it's not playing an arena.
Not close.
It's a big difference, and it's a big difference knowing how to play drums in an arena. I get a lot of people that ask me, you know, playing fast chops or bigger chops, smaller chops. All of that is cool, but in an arena, all those fast chops are not coming across like they need to be played. So you scale it down so you can sound big because of this room is so big.
They're not gonna hear all the ghost notes and everything anyway, huh?
I mean, you can hear it, but it's not impactful.
Gotcha.
You want your playing to be impactful, so you make wise decisions how you play drums and how you fill it out.
Right.
You want to sound big. You want to feel big. You want to be John Bonham.
So okay. So then is it safe to say that certain, or for your taste, certain genres of music wouldn't sound so great in an arena? Or do you think that all genres of music could sound great in an arena?
I think what you just said,
The first,
and I'm trying to make it sound correct. Do I think that different genres should be played in an arena or out of an arena? I don't think that jazz music would sound amazing in an arena because of the way that sound system is. It's an intimate type of music. It's an intimate setting.
Right.
That music is totally different when the piano player is playing all of these notes and playing how he's playing with jazz, like all the intricate stuff that's going on.
Right.
You never hear about a big jazz artist being in an arena.
right? They do
Yeah,
festivals.
they do festivals though,
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
Yeah,
They
but
do
it ain't.
festivals.
But it don't be like 25,000 screaming fans.
Yeah, it's a.
I've
big
seen
difference.
theaters too, but it's a different type of audience too.
Theaters are different.
It's
All
a
of
different
it
type of audience that goes to see jazz or even jazz fusion versus the audience that goes to see rock or the. How would you classify? Matter of fact, first of all, what is the name of the artist that you just did a tour with?
Well, I'm on tour still currently with Eros Ramazzotti.
Okay.
Yeah, you
And
probably say it a lot different in Italy, but I'm American, so his name is Eros Ramazzotti.
And how would you describe his music?
It's pop music.
Gotcha.
He's a pop artist. In
But
Italy,
would it be considered pop in America or is it like world pop? Like how would you?
he's pop in America too.
Got you.
Especially he's very, very famous in Latin America.
Okay.
So in South America, Brazil, Latin America, Mexico,
Got you.
going all across the country.
Yeah.
To Italy because Italian speaking and Italian and Hispanic music, Spanish speaking is the same language.
Right, they're all Latin based, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That just because I mean I've known you for a long time, and I remember seeing you playing in church.
course.
Seeing you playing when you first started playing with Bobby Brown. I remember when you was playing with the Barge and all those people and the suicidal situations, and now watching you on this. Of course, even with your band looking in now, this I'm looking at the video. I was like, dang, it's crazy, right? Because I just have a further timeline of watching you.
Right.
It's crazy to see you on that stage, but it looks like on this because usually when people be on the road, they be from city to city, from city to city to city to city. But when I watch your Instagram, it seemed like y'all like doing tourist stuff and having seeing the sights.
All
And
right, so what's really cool when you're with an A-list artist that makes his own schedule and he does his own thing. Yes, when I was out with Lilac, we have a tour, so we're out with Megadeth, but there's days off in between. So because our band is so small and we get paid so little, we have to do shows in between.
Gotcha.
From the show that we just did. So we'll go from one city to another city that's close by or whatever to play our own show with like 2 or 3 other bands, and then we'll go play another show with Megadeth. But Megadeth is taking, because they're so big, they're taking days off. So Eros, he's so big, he takes a day or 2 off. So each show is amazing. Even if we're playing the same venue, he usually doesn't do back-to-back. He'll do every other day. So if we do Italy and he does 5 shows, he'll do 5 shows in one venue, but it'll be over a span of 2 weeks. Because it'll do every other day or every 2 days. He'll take a day or 2 off. So it's really amazing because every city we go to, I get there a day or 2 before, and I get to go sightseeing and enjoy amazing food. And that's the difference between being with the A-list artist.
he's like, yeah, you're playing music or you're playing music and living the life.
That was shots fired.
What's
if
some
we
of the
had
dopest
drops.
sites you've seen?
Man, I've toured all over Italy, and I believe that there's amazing dope spots all over the world. The world is beautiful, and it's so big. And yes, it's small because there's people like us and different musicians and different people that travel and get to see the world also. So that's what makes the world so small. And music makes the world small also because it gives us a language that we all understand.
Right.
But as far as beautifulness, every culture is amazing and every culture is beautiful and every single place has something to offer. But because you a food connoisseur, Italy got the most amazing food
I remember you was
I
telling
have
me that.
ever eaten. And y'all know, I used to be fat, so I like food. I mean, I'm still fat. You probably, people that only know me shortly don't think I'm probably.
I honestly didn't realize how big it used to be.
Oh, did you go back and watch the DVD?
No.
Okay.
I cut a clip from our Drum Code. The first time we launched Drum Code, which was just the comedy one, not the podcast.
Yeah, the videos. I got some of those up for
the
IG.
black church versus white church.
Yes, sir.
And then you're on one of the beginning parts, and I was like,
that was in your garage. I think we did.
I was like,
Yeah, I don't even look like him.
look like Eric. Hey, Eric, like what?
Yeah,
No, that
that
ain't.
part.
Yeah, I know because we see you all the time. You know, not all the time, but we see you so much. So that as the slimming down was happening, we didn't know how big it was. I didn't know how big it was.
No,
and then I
totally.
look and I'm like, whoa, wow, like because
Like,
this
people-
is the normal. This is normal to me.
I'm good.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, you don't remember though, but yeah,
You don't- I don't
I remember. Man, old Eric. I remember because a lot of people from social media and stuff, they talk so much trash, and everybody always got something to say, and it's a blessing to just work my ass off, literally.
yeah.
Like,
I worked it. Hey, well, let me ask you that. Let me ask you this.
You said literally though.
Literally, it's all. I worked it all. So let me ask you this: with the weight loss, this dude, bro. So look, let me ask you this: does you need a moment, Brody? Dog it. This guy.
Oh my! Come on, somebody else is laughing just
I-
hard at
they
that.
are.
That was funny.
Did the weight loss help at all with drumming? And do you recommend that for drummers who are maybe overweight? Does it help with speed
I'm
or
gonna tell
anything
you
like
this:
that?
when I used to play drums with suicidal tendencies, I would play small venues or big venues or whatever. It's so hot with so many people inside, and it's hard to breathe. Like I would feel my chest beating. I would feel very, very bad because I'm so big. But I mean, I love drums and it's natural to me. So drums always came natural. But playing very, very high intensity is like I was 500 pounds trying to run a marathon. It's not simple.
Right.
It's not simple at all. And yeah, working out now, I'm great. You see me play drums, I'm hardly ever tired. I do a drum clinic, I can play a 20-minute drum solo and I won't breathe hard.
Right.
And when I get done, I can have a full conversation with you like it was nothing. Even if you watch my Instagram, I'll play some fast stuff and they'll be like, how are you moving like that?
You gotta understand that you were moving like that when you were 500 pounds too, though.
Yeah.
You was pretty quick, bro. I mean, I've actually seen the growth in your playing. Oddly enough, as high up as you are, especially amongst drummers, how they look at you like one of the greatest, and they've looked at you that for years. But I've actually seen the growth even in your playing.
Right.
And it helped me understand when people like old drum clinics and DVDs, Dennis Chambers, Dave, like all those people saying things like, "Oh, you never stop learning. You always keep growing."
You never stop learning. And you can stop learning and you can stop growing, but it's all about the desires of your heart and what you really want.
Come on.
Like I
Fire
I
up
love
that
this
keyboard.
instrument.
Come
I
on.
love this instrument no matter what.
I just feel like we had a clip that we talked about this and we just told people are out here telling us that they want to get better, but their actions don't really line up with what they say they want. And when you said right there, like, you could stop learning, it depends on what you want.
Yeah.
And it's not even a good or a bad thing. Like, if you don't want to play, don't play. But if you say you want to,
Yeah.
and I feel like that's the thing. People don't know what they want.
Yeah.
Or they think they know what they want, and then they realize that they don't want to do what it takes to get there.
Yeah, exactly. They don't want to put in the time and the effort and the energy that it takes to get there. Like everybody wants to be rich, or everybody wants to be social media famous, or famous in general. You have to work. You have to work.
Let me ask, because people may not. You know, some people think that, like you said, because you said out of your own mouth, drums comes natural to you, right? And I believe, I agree. But when you're not on tour and you're at home in your studio, how much are you playing drums?
It's a difference. So how much am I playing drums, or what it is from tour? it's a big difference because on tour, I'm playing the exact same music every night, and depending on the artist, I'm playing with an amazing, huge pop artist. He's definitely the lead. Michael Jackson, Prince, Madonna. He's
On
that
that level.
status. He's up there like that, and he wants the music to be flawless, airtight, timing impeccable, and to play it with passion and energy and love and respect. And when I do that, I'm remembering what it is that he loves, what it is that he smiled at, that he was like, keep it straight here. Okay, when you get to this part, you could be you and you could do this. I love it when you're this and when you're that. When you incorporate all of that into what they want and you put that smile on their face, and every night when they're like, man, that show was powerful. When an artist comes to you at sound check and like, yo, I love that. Like, when you have a bond, that makes it totally different. But on stage, you play one way. When I'm at home for Instagram, I try to show you guys the difference. And even though Instagram is only 1 minute out of the day, I don't really play chops all day. But it is how I refresh my mind and stay
Sharp.
because I want to still be able to maneuver around the drums. It's so simple to play pocket. For me, it is because I've been playing drums since a little kid. Yeah. So I can play straight all day, and I can play music. I love music. I love being a musician. But tour life is straight. When I come home, I'm going off. I'm going in. It's like two different worlds.
Right.
It's a totally different world.
So yeah, that's what I was trying to get at though, is like you still actually practice.
Yes, definitely.
And so if you are at home, let's say you're not on tour, let's say you got a month to be at home, which is probably never for you, but let's say you did have a month to be at home, how regularly are you going to sit down at your kit and play and practice?
So far since I've been home, I go every day. As long as I feel up to it, like definitely have time with your family and stuff that you're doing. Yeah. But right now,
but after all of these years,
yeah,
you still
even after all these years, I still
go
sit down and I'll play drums for like 3 or 4 hours.
So what you're getting at is, what I think you're getting at is, there's no excuse for you guys out there.
No, I still go play for 3 or 4 hours.
And not only that, there's that part.
It's just like working out,
you lost 500 or you were 500 pounds. You lost what 200-300 pounds, and you still
I still gotta
maintain.
Yeah, like I gotta still eat right, and I still gotta work out in order to not be fat again. Like I've been wearing the same size 40 jean for the last 3 years. No matter if people be like, "Oh, he's getting fat again." Well, my pants are the same size. Like that jean outfit I wore in the Get Your Freak On video, I can still fit that.
Right, and people can say what they want to say, but if you actually look back at how far you've come from the weight loss, I don't see how anybody's. It is what it is. And hey, sometimes you may fluctuate, right? You may go up some, you come back down, but but you get back on it. You don't ever stop, and that's the same thing with the drums, right? Like, hey, maybe you had a stint where you ain't practiced in a minute. Just get back, just grab your sticks, get back to it.
Yeah, what's crazy is that should inspire you even more. When you take a little break from something, and
you
come back to it, or you should miss it.
Yeah.
If this is something that you love, that you say you love, then when you come back to it, it should be like, ooh, I missed you.
That part.
Well,
let me transition with this, sir. What is your take? Because I've gotten some questions about questions and statements from people who don't really know. But what is your take on endorsements? One of the things I was told from an Instagram follower was like, "Oh man, you endorsed, you own, man, you made it, you at the top." And I was like, "Am I? Really? Do you know do you even know what goes behind the endorsements?" And then I end up doing a Skype lesson with that person, and I gave them my take on it. And so I just want to know, what is your take?
Let's dig into endorsements real quick, and I'm gonna make this really quick so you can understand. Straight to the point. Endorsements are for different levels, just like different levels of the artist that you play for. An endorsement is for an artist, like a drummer, that is an A-list, a B-list, a C-list, a D-list, and it goes on. The same way you get paid in money and how it is. Seriously speaking, endorsements have different levels, but we have what's called the way the world sees people and the way the world perceives what we do. Me as a drummer, I am an A-list endorser. So I get cymbals, I get drums, and it's all according to what I can do for my company or the gig that I have. So the way the gig is set up, if the gig is big and you're seen, and the more that you're seen, the more that the company will want to bless you and give you a certain amount of gear, or give you the gear that they want you to be seen with, or how they do stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's all a business. For
Facts.
them, it's all a business. Them giving you cymbals or giving you drums or whatever is definitely a tax write-off to them. You feel me? And it's like now with social media, that's their budget. Like for them to give me some drums and me to tell you, look at these drums, and you hear them and you play them, I'm showing you these drums that they gave me, or even if I desire to pay for them, they gave me a huge discounted rate that I wanted because it's something that I wanted to show you or whatever. It's so many things to endorsements. All the people that you see on social media, Instagram and stuff, are not getting drums, cymbals, drumsticks for free. A lot of people are getting drumsticks, cymbals, drum sets, and they're getting a very, very discounted rate. Maybe cheaper than Guitar Center, maybe cheaper than whatever, because they're going straight to the source. So that's really, really cool. But just because you have endorsements does not mean that you've made it and that you're the man or that you deserve all these accolades. You still got to work your butt off. Like, just because...
I've never understood why endorsements were looked at as something to be achieved. Because I guess it's because I do understand how endorsements work. And I understand that, like, what you're saying is 100% true, that it's a business.
It's so many sides to it, though. It's
Okay.
sides to the endorsement. That's just one little take on it. Like, that's the social media take.
Enlighten me on the rest of it.
So another side is me being out with an artist,
Right.
or if I'm a clinician, because I'm a clinician, not just an artist. So me being an artist and a clinician, that means when I go to Brazil, my drum company will make sure that the cymbals that I desire are sent to Brazil to that workshop, so then I can have the cymbals that I play, or they sponsor me with the gear, or even paying for the drum clinic.
Right. But even with that, right? That's a beautiful
That's
thing.
a whole nother part, though.
But it is a whole nother part. But that's still a business. It's still them using you to market their product. So if you're doing a clinic in Brazil, they'll send their cymbals with you so that the people who love you and come to see you playing their cymbals. And I'm not saying this to say that there's anything wrong with that.
Right.
It's genius.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so they're like, hey, Eric's going down to Brazil. We know lots of people are going to come see him. Let's have him play the Zildjian cymbals. Cool. We'll give him these cymbals for free or whatever the case is, because you're A-list endorsee. And cool. Now, after that, they are already projecting in their mind how many cymbals they think they're going to sell based on you playing them in front of those people. And so that's really what endorsements is, right?
Yes.
It's hey, you're partnering with that company to help them sell their product, and in return, they're giving you the product.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so with the B or C level, and again, I'm not demonizing this, saying it's wrong. I don't think that it's wrong. I think that it's perfectly fine because it's a mutual agreement that two entities are making.
Right.
But when you have, but people have a misunderstanding, thinking that if I get endorsed, or if I can say, or if I can get Aquarian or DW or whoever to put me on their website and give me a page, it is a career accomplishment, when you don't realize this is them, especially because a lot of people, when you say they're paying a huge discounted rate, some musicians aren't paying, they're paying a very small discounted rate where they're getting like 15% off. And I'm not saying that that's bad if that's what you want to do,
right,
so that you can say that you're endorsed.
Yeah.
But, and if you love the product, that's fine. But but what that means is the company is looking at you and saying, hey, you don't have a big following. We don't expect you to sell a lot of cymbals, so we'll just give you a smaller discount so you can play our stuff. And maybe as you grow, we'll give
that's
you
pretty much where I started. Like the companies that I play, like I've been with Aquarian for 10 years. I've been with DW now since 2006. That's 13 years.
Yeah.
But I love DW drums. Like that's what I
right. You'd have been playing. You've been playing them anyway.
Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to play since day one. Aquarian. I love Aquarian. Like how they make me sound, how they make me feel. Like I love these heads.
Yeah.
I used to play Pro Mark drumsticks, which I had a love for and a desire for too. But just I lost weight. Like my hands changed. The feel of different things changed. I needed something that would inspire me. Like with drums, I could play the drums and get a whole new drum set. I have totally different drums, and they give me a inspiration of just different things. The drum heads, you could try all these different plies. But people play the same drumstick throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
The same wood. Like they have the same wood, the same texture, the same way it is. It gets kind of it kind of like started wearing me out. So that's why I love playing like a bright colored drumstick, or the way this feels, the way this tip is different. For the longest, I used to play ball tips. Yeah. So really, really small beaded ball tip or a bigger ball tip. Now I'm playing an acorn tip, and it feels totally different. It's inspired me to play different.
Yep. So
you gotta stay inspired. The same thing with cymbals.
Yeah.
The cymbal company that I play now is Zeljan, like the most amazing cymbal company ever. And they've been around for 400 years. They take care of their artists the way they are. All the people there are amazing. They treat you like family. You are family. There's no one is better than the next person. I don't care if you're paying for a cymbal or you're not. Mm-hmm. Everybody treats you like you are the one, no matter who you are. And they have the most widest range of cymbals, from cymbals with little decay to the biggest decay to the very, very loud to very, very big, different alloys. It's the company, they're the first. Yeah, they're the first. Like you
Zildjian,
could be,
we are your family as well. Bring us out. You know what I mean? We'll just fly out. You know, let us walk around. We're brothers. We're all in this together.
Can we sleep in the basement?
That's
we're
all
happy,
we're asking.
We're singing.
We just want a futon.
And we're colored.
Can we
Give me a high five.
Wow. All right. Cut and print. Beautiful guys.
Beautiful.
Dynamite. Wow.
Shout out to the Wayne's
I bet
brothers.
they don't even know.
Yeah, a lot of people probably like, what show? What
show was that? What was that? Way back, bro.
Yeah.
Way back. We from the 80s. That was 90s. Was that 90s or 2000?
That was 90s.
It was 90s for sure, bro.
Show.
Yeah,
90s show.
90s show.
96.
Yeah, we old.
Are we?
Well, I mean, you know.
I just don't like the way it sounds.
97.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's all good though, man. Look, we ain't gonna, because you know our podcast is usually short, but this one
one's
is
pretty long.
Pretty long.
We didn't even dig in. We didn't even
listen.
dig
This
in.
is all that means is this is not the last time you coming through.
Oh, never. These are my brothers. These guys, you'd be like, do y'all know? Like, these are my guys. Like,
Man.
if I'm home, I'm always trying to link up with my boys. It's bigger than drums. Remember that.
Signal chair.
Oh my God, bro.
Hey, what's crazy is when he calls me, he does that.
This is not a game. This is not a game. That's his name. So when you see him in the street, you say that to him. Well, thank you for clearing up some of the unwritten rules for tour. Thank you for clearing up some of the things about endorsements.
I'm glad I could, because a lot of your favorite drummers are never going to tell you this.
Right.
That part.
And a lot of you guys are, I mean, maybe not a lot of you, but some of you are going to be like, dislike. But hey, we took this time out to give y'all some content.
And for those of you guys who saw what we did with the Shed Camp Volume 1, the first one, we actually do have plans in the works.
Yes.
Glory. I felt
We're definitely deleting that. Yo, you guys stay on the lookout.
We got Volume 2 coming.
If you got Volume 1, then you already know. But Volume 2 is on the way, and it's gonna be killing.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. More exercises, more workouts, more another practice routine, calendars, everything.
The work is undefeated, so if you do the work, you will see results.
And in between time, you'll see some content from us. You know, we'll be shedding and doing some things, and as we working it out. But
Definitely.
Yeah, man. Thank you guys for watching. We about to get up out of here.
Y'all know what it is. Hashtag all the way through.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Yo, guys,
What's good?
please get you an intro and an outro for your show. You make the DrumTrax app. Like, if you can't just play a song or something, like, you should make a whole song.
What we do is we
you just play some Mino Yancey?
Nah, well,
We did.
But what we're what we're doing right now is we'll have a clip that plays of some music of playing to the track or whatever, and then you know we ain't got no outro though.
All right, yeah,
it just be
intro
over.
and an outro,
It's-
like the podcast. You know?
Well, I mean, everybody's podcasts don't do that.
So
Most
what?
people's podcasts be
But you're a musician,
3-4 minutes
and
of
you
thanking
make it.
sponsors, and we need some more sponsors to thank. Thank you very much. But
Hey, so look.
Shout out to Aquarian. We're endorsing Aquarian. You know what I mean? There you go.
You see that? They up here talking about the endorsement and the sponsors.
it's all good. We gonna get out of here, man. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
All right, family.
Peace.
Peace.
Much love.